Well, friends, we're sitting in a rainy car. It's not raining in the car, it's raining outside the car, as I'm sure you can tell. Tonight was small group, and I just love Tuesdays. I love Tuesdays. Specifically because of small group and the people that just constantly are there for me and there for Natalie and are a force of support and love. Tonight, what really stood out to me was that during the time at the end when we're wrapping up discussion and we're getting ready to pray and then be done. There isn't always an, a statement of, hey, does anybody, or a question of, does anybody have any prayer requests or anything, but tonight there was. And so I just brought up that right now a big thing for me is there's just a lot in my head all the time, and I'm processing so much, and it's a time of stress because when you process that much all the time, there's no way it won't be stressful regardless of how good that processing can be. So I was talking about that and how I am really glad that I'm having this time, but it does cause a lot of extra weight to be on my mind and my heart. And I'm just really grateful that me saying that, not only did I know that without more of an explanation than that, I would have the support and love and prayers of the people around me, but that it triggered a discussion about being open and being willing to evaluate your inner self, which is exactly what's going on. And even without the context for what I'm evaluating, there's an understanding within the group that that's what's happening. And it wouldn't be this way in every group without the supportive, loving nature of the people individually and the people as a group that I encounter in small group. I would not be able to say those words and have it be a trigger for a discussion about self-reflection and bettering yourself based on trying to understand your thoughts and your heart better. It was a beautiful moment of varying levels of understanding of my circumstances. Like, depending on each person that you look at, they may understand more or less of what I'm going through. A couple of people in the group do understand what I'm going through, at least in terms of head knowledge, because, Natalie's in the group. She knows what's going on in my head. There's another person in the group who I've entrusted with a lot of information about what I'm going through, and so that person knows. But the other people in the group don't know, and not once do they feel like they have to know. And that's huge for me, as someone who tends to overshare. I don't think always in a bad way, but definitely in a way that means people know a lot more about me than I know about them for the most part, in terms of what goes on in my head and my heart. And so I'm training myself not to be that way in this circumstance, and having people who will listen and take in what I say as valid no matter how much context there is. That means a lot. And I don't know whether there will be a time in the future where I will speak more openly about what I'm going through with these people. I don't know. I do feel that if that were to happen, I would not change my mind about the mindset and the response that I would perceive in that group. Whatever I choose to share or not to share, there's no obligation in that group to be a certain way or to speak a certain way. There's an authenticity and a genuine care for the other people in the room. And that's what church looks like. That's what loving people well looks like. I'm inspired every time I leave that group to love better. And there you have it. That's me waxing poetic in a car while it's raining. And now I have to brave the rain. Happy Tuesday.